Alright, picture this, you're settling into a plush seat in a cozy theater, the lights gently dimming as anticipation fills the air. Suddenly, a familiar Pixar lamp hops playfully across the screen, its beam of light sweeping over the audience and setting the stage for something truly magical. The atmosphere is warm, inviting, and brimming with the promise of a story that will tug at your heartstrings. But instead of the usual toy cowboy, our attention is captured by a delicate white feather, rendered in breathtaking Pixar detail. It floats and twirls on a gentle breeze, each movement animated with such care that you can almost feel the softness of its touch. The feather's journey is mesmerizing, inviting us to follow wherever it may land. Eventually the feather drifts down and lands at the feet of a man sitting quietly on a park bench. Forrest Gump, reimagined through Pixar's whimsical and heartfelt lens. His eyes are wide with wonder and his gentle smile hints at the extraordinary story he's about to share. In this animated world, Forrest's journey bursts to life with vibrant colors, expressive animation, and a sense of wonder that only Pixar can deliver. Every scene is painted with emotion, from moments of joy and laughter to those of quiet reflection and hope. When Forrest opens his box of chocolates and delivers his iconic line, "Life was like a box of chocolates," the sincerity in his animated eyes makes the words feel even more heartfelt. The familiar quote takes on new meaning, resonating with audiences of all ages. Pixar has a unique gift for exploring the depths of human emotion, and Forrest's story would be no exception. We'd see him experience joy, sadness, confusion, and hope, all brought to life with the studio's signature warmth and empathy. The bonds he shares, with Jenny, Bubba, and Lieutenant Dan, would become emotional anchors, highlighting the power of friendship, loyalty, and love. Their animated adventures together would be filled with laughter, tears, and unforgettable moments. Ultimately, this reimagining would celebrate a character who reminds us that even the simplest person can live an extraordinary life. Through Pixar's lens, Forrest Gump's story would inspire a new generation, showing that kindness, courage, and hope can change the world, one small step at a time. Adapting a beloved story like Forrest Gump for Pixar is a delicate process, one that requires both respect for the original and a creative vision for something new. For Pixar, adaptation doesn't mean making massive changes or losing what made the story special in the first place. The episodic nature of Forrest's journey actually fits beautifully with our storytelling style, which often unfolds in chapters or vignettes. It's like a series of animated shorts, each with its own flavor, seamlessly woven together into a grand, emotionally resonant narrative. Our job would be to polish the edges, softening harsh realities, adding warmth and hope, but never shying away from the emotional core that gives the story its power. The Vietnam War, a pivotal chapter in Forrest's life, would be reimagined through abstract visuals, creative sound design, and color palettes that evoke emotion without overwhelming younger viewers. Jenny's struggles too would be told through metaphor, like being lost in a storm, with Forrest as her gentle, unwavering light, guiding her through darkness. This approach allows us to honor her pain and complexity, making her journey accessible and moving for audiences of all ages, while still respecting the depth of her character. Forrest's accidental involvement in history could be portrayed with a sense of humor and whimsy, turning iconic moments into playful, memorable scenes that spark curiosity and laughter. At its core, the story is about kindness, loyalty, and the extraordinary journey of an ordinary person. Values that are at the heart of every Pixar film. We translate complex adult themes into a visual language that's clear, heartfelt, and meaningful for viewers of all ages, using symbolism and creative imagery. In every animated frame, the soul of Forrest Gump would shine through, reminding us that even the simplest acts of love and courage can change the world. At Pixar, characters are the heart of every story. They're not just drawings or digital models. They're living, breathing personalities that audiences fall in love with, remember, and root for. Every character is crafted with care, designed to connect with viewers on a deeply emotional level. For a Pixar adaptation, we'd infuse iconic characters with emotional depth, making sure their personalities shine through every frame. Each character would be instantly recognizable yet layered with new dimensions that animation can uniquely bring to life. Their quirks, hopes, and struggles would be woven into their movements, expressions, and even the smallest gestures, making them feel real and relatable. Forrest's wide, sincere eyes would convey his wonder, sadness, and loyalty, allowing audiences to see the world through his innocent perspective. His gentle nature would be highlighted in every subtle glance and heartfelt smile. Jenny would move like a dancer in joyful moments, her animation lighter and full of hope. In darker times, her movements would become heavier, her posture reflecting the weight of her struggles, making her journey all the more poignant. Lieutenant Dan's journey from pride to peace would be a powerful visual arc, his transformation shown not just in dialogue, but in the way he carries himself, his body language evolving as he finds acceptance and healing. Bubba's passion for shrimp would provide visual comedy and emotional depth, his enthusiasm lighting up every scene. His dreams and friendship with Forrest would be brought to life with warmth and humor. These characters would be living, breathing beings, forming deep connections with the audience. Their friendships, struggles and triumphs would resonate, making viewers laugh, cry, and cheer alongside them. Their emotional journeys would make them unforgettable, honoring their live-action counterparts while adding new layers of meaning and heart through animation. We'd amplify the emotional currents of the original story through animation, using color, lighting, and expressive animation to heighten every moment. This cast would stand as beloved Pixar icons, leaving a lasting impression on audiences of all ages, and reminding us why these stories matter. Forrest's journey is a cross-country adventure transformed into a visual spectacle. His childhood home would be a warm, idyllic haven painted in soft hues. The iconic run across America would be a stunning sequence of transforming landscapes. Each location would have a unique color palette, reflecting its mood and spirit. Historical moments would be framed with dramatic contrast, emphasizing tension from Forrest's perspective. The shrimp boat scenes would be a visual delight, with the ocean animated with personality. America itself becomes a character, a place of infinite possibility and profound change. We'd show the country as it feels through the eyes of someone who sees the best in everything. The original soundtrack is legendary, but we'd create a new musical identity. A simple, beautiful main theme for Forrest would evolve throughout the film. We'd pay homage to classic rock hits in clever ways, focusing on an original score. A signature song woven into the narrative would encapsulate the movie's central theme. The sound design would add texture and meaning, with silence enhancing poignant moments. The music would tell its own story, enhancing on-screen emotion. This blend of score, theme song, and sound design would create a unique auditory experience. It would be emotionally resonant, just like the original. A Pixar would maintain the original's thematic depth. It's a story about destiny, choice, and kindness in a chaotic world. The floating feather would be a visual metaphor for these themes. Every character searches for purpose, with Forrest finding it in loyalty and love. Lieutenant Dan's journey from bitterness to gratitude is about redefining destiny. Jenny's search for belonging is tragically resolved at the end of her life. Animation would make these internal struggles relatable to all ages. The film explores different kinds of love, celebrating connection as a powerful force. Forrest's decency is his superpower, touching lives and altering history. This inspiring message fits perfectly within Pixar's library of stories. A Pixar version of Forrest Gump would stand alongside the original. It's a companion piece, a different interpretation of the same melody. By translating it into animation, we'd make it accessible to a new generation. Parents could share the story with their children in a vibrant, engaging format. The animated classic would have its own distinct identity, with memorable visual gags and a new score. Emotional moments would hit just as hard, thanks to animation's expressive power. It would be a modern fable about an unassuming hero triumphing through goodness. This reimagining celebrates what makes Forrest Gump and Pixar special, finding magic in everyday life.